Hey guys, Omni here. Today we are going to be checking out Percy Jackson and the Olympians. I wasn't originally going to check out this series just because I didn't think the trailers looked all that good. I'd seen the original film, which isn't a good basis to have from what I've heard, but I have seen the first film. It was like forever ago though. I don't really remember much about it. I tried to read the book at one point. I think I got 3 or 4 chapters into it. Never ended up finishing it. I've been having a lot of people ask repeatedly on end about whether or not I was going to check this out. And again, like I said before, I wasn't really planning on it. I've even had a couple of reactor friends even say that I should probably check this thing out. With that said, we'll check out the first episode. We'll see how it goes. And if this hooks me, maybe we'll try to catch up in time for the finale. We'll see what happens. But guys, for now, go ahead and strap in. If you want to see the full-length reaction, check it out over on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, get you access as well. It is a watch-along format, so you will need your own footage to sync up the time codes for actually the entire episode. Get the same thing for all the other shows and movies that we cover on the channel. You also get to suggest and vote on what movies to react to each month. We got monthly Q&As, behind-the-scenes footage, and try to make it worth your while, so you're going to support the channel. But guys, at the end of the day, really appreciate it. If you enjoy this reaction, at least leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already, because it really helps these videos out. And with that all said and out of the way, let's go ahead and hop into episode 1. I accidentally vaporized my pre-algebra teacher.
I didn't want to be a half-blood. Being a half-blood is dangerous. It's scary. Most of the time, it gets you killed in painful, nasty ways. If you think you might be one of us, my advice is turn away while you still can. Because once you know what you are, they'll sense it too. And they'll come for you. Don't say I didn't warn you.
Where have I seen this kid before? I mean, hey, that was an interesting opening. Very discouraging, though, if you're half-blood.
My name is Percy Jackson. I'm 12 years old. Am I a troubled kid? Yeah, you could say that. Bad grades.
Self-aware,
boys,
at least.
And then there's some other stuff. Some stuff that's maybe not so normal.
Hey, man, so far, the cinematography is pretty nice. I know it's very basic scenes, but it's got...
That's me, back in 2nd grade.
Style.
I could have sworn I saw something.
Oh, what the hell is that? Oh! I thought it was a big squirrel for a second. What?
It happened again.
All right, who is this kid?
These impossible things that felt like they walked right out of the story.
What in the world? Is that a rhino? A robot rhino? Oh. What the hell?
Hey fellas, want to come hear about the imaginary stuff I see? It's not a thing you want to be saying to anyone.
Walker Scobell. Oh, wasn't he in the Adam Project, I think? Was that him? Yeah, okay. I liked him. I liked him a lot in that. I actually have a reaction to it. Not on the channel, though. I have a watch along for that one.
It felt good to talk about these things with Grover. I could almost believe they were imaginary. Weird, but...
What the... Magic the Gathering really, got a little loose with that one. I have never been to the Met, though. I would love, love, love to go one day.
What you see here are the truest and deepest parts of yourselves.
Medusa.
The gods, the monsters, the heroes.
Awesome. Haven't seen that movie, Gods and Monsters, either.
On your worksheets, I want you to choose one of the subjects you see here and describe it.
Oh, whoa.
That's me.
Perseus.
That's who you're named after. Because he was a hero? What makes you...
I remember who his father is, and one thing I think I remember, one of the things of Half-Bloods, or maybe it's just him, I don't know, is that he's got dyslexia, which I do highly relate to. I also have it. Also have auditory and visual dyslexia. I hear things out of order sometimes. Hell, I even think out of order sometimes.
Hold fast, Perseus. Brave the storm that was made to break us, for we are unbreakable. Against all odds, he managed to find his way to a happy ending.
I used to take oh, jeez.
Right here,
That was pretty wicked.
Mommy's here.
But
You will learn to control yourself. Do you understand me?
Me?
Do you
What did he even-
understand me?
He
can't help it, Mrs. Dodds. Percy's
That it
special.
was. Oh, shut the f up, kid.
When you're ready to hear what the gods have in store for you, they'll tell you, I believe in you. And I believe you'll be needing this. Hang on to that. It is a mighty instrument.
Wasn't that Pierce Brosnan, I think, in the movie? Or am I just misremembering? I don't know. Again, it's been a long time.
Maybe it's time to do something.
I do love Greek mythology, though.
To see Mr. Kane?
I took a couple of classes back in the day. You know, our last D&D campaign was Theros-based, so there was a lot of that going on.
No.
Played a satyr bard.
Is that you should never.
Quite
ever
fun.
stand up to it. That doesn't sound right.
That's not good advice.
Look, we're not gonna be here forever. There are better places out there.
Oh, someone just hit him with cheese?
Percy?
What? Hey. Percy pushed me! Shut the fuck up. Whoa, what the hell?
We're not fools, Percy Jackson.
What? Wait, what?
It's only a matter of time before
Oh.
we found you.
Oh. Is she a harpy? I thought something was weird about the way she acted back there.
Where is it?
Oh! Was it the pen? Oh, well, fuck. That was easy.
Is he dead?
Of course, no one else can see anything.
What happened? Where's Mrs. Dodds?
I didn't do anything to him.
There is no Mrs. Dodds.
I don't understand. Didn't anyone just see that? Where's Mrs. Dodds?
There's no one here by that name.
What? Okay. Wow. Okay. I was kidding. I gotta be honest, man. I'm pretty along for this ride at the moment.
I didn't touch Nancy. Now, isn't there anything else you'd like to say for yourself?
I didn't.
She
touch
fell.
Nancy.
She fell. She tripped.
Okay.
Easy to fall into that thing.
Percy had told me earlier in the day that he wanted to get back at Nancy for all she'd done to us.
Oh,
He
you
wasn't being truthful about what happened at the
bitch.
fountain.
Grover.
Excuse me. Are you saying you saw Mr. Jackson?
Oh.
Yes, I did.
Wow.
I saw what happened at the museum.
I didn't touch Nancy.
I know you didn't. At least, I know you think you didn't. Do you want to tell me what you think did happen? You
That's
can
a good
tell
point.
me. I might just understand.
You want to bet?
He's also not lying either. He didn't touch her, but he did, like, telekinesis her into the water or something.
Have you considered eating more fruit?
Oh. Hello, Percy.
Hey, Eddie. Sorry about that.
I'm walking out. You're walking in. I should be apologizing to you.
No.
Is my mom home from work?
Oh, is that all you gotta say to me? After failing out of school?
Fail out of school?
Your principal called, and that's what he said. Said you got kicked out.
That's not failing.
So what'd you get kicked out for?
He said I attacked a kid on a field trip.
Okay. All right. But still.
He was actually mildly impressed. He was like, oh, shit, let's go.
Mom is the only one employed here.
Excuse me? I have a job. What does it look like I'm doing right now?
Losing at imaginary poker?
You would think that because you're a child and you don't understand things
Where's
like...
my mom?
I don't know. I don't know where your mom is. I'm not Nostradamus. What are we doing, Percy? Every time. Wow. Wow.
I mean, that exchange could have been worse.
Mom,
I'm just out here thinking about how your dad used to get me wet.
I'm sorry. I tried this time. You know how hard I've been trying, but this time it really wasn't my fault. It really wasn't my fault.
You know.
All that matters is that you're here, okay? And that I had enough time to pick up your welcome home.
Oh, I thought that was some fucking blue crystal. I was like Breaking Bad crossover. Picked this up while I was in New Mexico.
Something happened to me. Something more than just my mind wandering, and it got worse, and I'm scared.
Gabe?
I don't know how anyone expects me to get any work done.
Percy and I are leaving for Montauk.
Since when are you going to Montauk?
I called to reserve the place as soon as I got off the phone with Yancey.
Who's Yancey?
Oh my God.
School?
Dude.
Why exactly am I okay with this?
Because on my way home on Sunday, I'm gonna stop at D'Angelo's and pick up sandwiches and time.
Because she makes a living for you, blows you, all the other shit. Fucking respect your goddamn woman, man.
Make sure they put the hot peppers on my sandwich.
Not if you're gonna ask like that.
I said please.
Weak, so scared, so sad. Run away, little hero.
The hell? Hey. Honestly, this first episode looks so much better than what I remember being in the trailer at all. But so far, this episode's been very on point. Like from the cinematography, the sound design. We haven't seen a lot of effects just yet. But hell, like this is night and day from what I was built up in my head. But who knows? It is just the first episode.
I'm used to feeling weird. I'm used to the world feeling weird to me. Like a puzzle with half the wrong pieces. I try to pay attention, and I really try, but then I'm daydreaming. I can't help it.
God, this is too relatable, man.
It hasn't felt like daydreaming. It's felt more real.
Something that felt real to you, but no one else could see. What did she say to you?
I didn't say nothing about, yeah.
How did you know it was a she?
You
Do you know why
slipped.
we come to this cabin every year?
Because it's near the septic tank, so it's cheap. Mom, how did you know about that thing I
We
saw?
come to this place every year because this is the place I met your father. A long time ago, I met a man here on the beach. He was wise and brave and kind and
I was about to make an Aquaman joke, but then her description completely derailed that.
I realized he was unlike any man I had ever met before because he wasn't a man at all. He was a god.
He's like, maybe I'm not the crazy one here anymore.
You fell in love with God?
So, a god.
Like Jesus?
Not God, a god. The stories that I have told you about Greek gods and heroes and monsters, they are real. I have told you about how gods and mortals would sometimes have
Mom,
children
please
together,
stop.
children called
Mom.
demigods, and sometimes they are known as half-bloods. Terrible forces are drawn to them, driven to harm them before they can become strong enough to fight back.
This is crazy. Okay, I'm not a god. There is something wrong with my brain. I understand that I'm weird. Believe me, I get it. I'm afraid something may be really broken. And now you're telling me stories like it's gonna make it okay? No, I'm not a baby. I know there's no such thing as monsters. I know there's no such thing as gods. And I know for certain that there is no such thing as demigods.
Who's there? Mr. Jackson? It's Grover.
Grover?
What the hell?
Things have changed. This is all developing a lot faster than we anticipated.
Hold on, what?
Okay, so something's coming.
Grover.
And I know, that sounds really bad.
Grover.
But the important thing is not to panic.
I'm not panicking.
Grover?
Right? I'm also definitely not panicking.
Grover!
What?
Grover, why is there half a goat in your pants?
He's a...
Oh. Oh,
I-
boy, she didn't
he's
tell you
a-
about...
Is he a...
You didn't tell him about me?
You're early.
Hold on, why'd you rat his ass out?
We'll continue this in the car. Let's go.
Or do you think that was just safer to get him out of school? Is that why?
Who are you?
I'm your
I'm
handler.
Grover. I'm your best friend, and
What are you?
I'm a satyr.
Hell
Your
yeah!
protector. If I hadn't gotten you kicked out of school, you'd have never survived the night. What chasing us now would have found...
Aw, I miss playing my satyr, man. Good old Daxlin.
The mist kept her hidden even from us until it was too late.
Mist?
The mist. It's the veil that hides the
a
magical
movie.
world from the human world. My legs, Dodds' wings, even Dodds' absence. But it isn't supposed to hide things from me.
Huh.
That never happens. Something powerful is at work here. The sooner we get to the
Oh,
camp,
that's
the
what
better
Master
off
Rhino is a truck.
you told him about camp, right?
Camp Anawana.
Sanctuary for half-bloods. A safe space where you can learn who you are and what the world is like on the other side of the mist.
Mom, what else haven't we talked about?
Oh, a lot. Probably. Whoa.
Is that the Minotaur?
Once the attacks start, they never let up. Okay, Dodds was just the beginning. He is next. He
Oh, no.
He's wearing underpants.
Oh, wait. Wow. What the fuck?
The Magic Cards were training. Everything has been training for what's still ahead of you.
What's ahead of me, boys?
Hey, when you're spreading around, you gotta keep everything nice and contained. Oh my god. Mama's throwing hands. Or, well, cars. Now, can they be affected by the real world? Well, answers my question. So what did that guy think he hit? I wonder. What did that look like to that driver? Oh, that's the car door. I was like, what is this sci-fi escape pod we're looking at right here? What is wrong with me today, man? Jesus. Now, for anybody that has read the book the whole way through, how's this stacking up? Barring any spoilers, if we do continue, which, let's say, by this point, I'm kind of intrigued. Like, how's this stack up overall, if we're talking, like, adaptation-wise?
Grover, I am entrusting you to protect my son.
Don't worry, Mrs. Jackson. Percy will be totally safe at camp.
I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. Percy will be safe. I like the color palette. I always love a good contrast between your cools and your warm colors. It makes the scene pop very nicely.
You're gonna need to be brave now. Remember what I taught you. Remember the stories I told you, especially the stories they will tell you.
No way. Mom, I'm not leaving you.
Perseus, listen to me.
You are not broken.
No.
Hold fast. Brave the storm. I love you.
We need to move. Give me your code.
Why?
Oh no.
So if he smells you in two directions at once, maybe you can use him, buy us both a little time to get away.
Mom, please.
Oh, tell me she doesn't die.
It'll be okay.
Oh, she's... Can't have a protagonist with their parents intact. Damn, dude. Toro! Oh my god. Oh, wait, whoa, what the? What just happened? It's time to write my own story. Jeez. Hey, kid's got guts, man. What happened to his mom? She like disintegrated. Hey, this actually looks pretty good. Jeez. God, the underwear. Oh, he chipped the horn. Might be able to break it. Oh! Oh! Oh no. It dusted when it died. So did his mom actually die? I was hoping like maybe she got apparated away or something like that, but...
Hush, Annabeth.
Eesh.
He's waking. Everyone, give him some space, please.
I did remember that.
Welcome to camp, Percy Jackson.
That he was a centaur the whole time.
We've been expecting you.
Damn. Hey, shit. That was a lot better than I honestly was expecting. I'll eat my words. Maybe it was just some bad shots in the trailer, maybe some unfinished shots in the trailer, or maybe I just need to look at the trailer again. I swear there was a couple of scenes in that didn't look all too great, or maybe they just put their best foot forward. This first episode was really well done. Honestly, it surprised the hell out of me. I love the cinematography. I love the way all of this was shot. I love the weight and the kind of gravity and the seriousness that was kind of instilled into every scene, the mystique, the mystery. There's like all these little details, and while there are some crumbs that I remember very vaguely, I remembered the guy in the wheelchair ended up being a centaur. I remember that. I remember him giving him a pen, which later became a sword. I remember who his father is, I believe. Completely forgot about the Grover thing, how the world works, the revelations there within. There's a lot of, past that point, past the introduction to the camp, I don't really remember anything. I know, obviously, we saw it set up and teed up in this episode as well. I know we confront a Medusa or one of those such creatures along the way as well. I think Uma Thurman played her in the movie, if I remember right. I don't remember a lot about that movie, let's be honest. But I was just kind of enthralled with this first episode. It had such a nice pace to it, on top of just being an outsider story with being of two worlds, which you can use that as a metaphor for a whole lot of things. We see it all over the place, half-bloods, mud-bloods. Just by their sheer existence, they are this combination of differentiating forces, be it race, creed, religion, whatever. And, some are not going to look favorably upon that because they see it as this disillusionment of their blood. They are diluting that part of them. They are diluting what they are, who they are, rather than adding on or bridging and uniting, because we see it in every day. In our lives, our history is riddled with that inability to see eye to eye, to accept the other, people who are not like us. It is just ingrained in our nature to be at conflict with what we don't understand or who we don't see eye to eye with. That tribalism that comes involved with us versus them. As much as it's become a little bit of a trope of fantasy, it's just because that, unfortunately, never stops being relevant. And on top of that, you also have a protagonist who has ADHD, who has dyslexia. Whether or not it's something he was born with, just, like a lot of us, or if it's the result of his heritage, result of him being of two worlds. They explain this mist thing and how it alters people's perception of certain things, rewrites people's memories, their perception of the world around them, so that these magical creatures can roam the world at peace. I don't know if it has anything to do with that, if that's why he has such a hard time focusing, or I know he sees things and that's why he can see through those things, but is that why it's hard for him to read, is because the mist is interfering with it, or is that something to do with his own personal perception? I don't remember. I just remember that that's one of the few things I did remember from the book when I did try to read it many years ago, was that he had dyslexia going into it. I forget how that kind of reconciles into the story, or if there's anything like that rooted into his actual origins themselves. But all that aside, long story short, I thought this was a very impressive first episode, and I just have to admit, maybe I was wrong about the show. Maybe I judged a book by its cover. Probably should have been watching this from the get-go. It is what it is, man. I'm watching it now, so we'll see what happens. With that all said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and pass it off to you. How did you feel about this first episode when you watched it initially? Are you a fan of the books? If you are, how do you feel about the way they've been adapting things so far? I'd be very curious to hear from you guys. But again, no spoilers, because at this point, I do think I'm probably going to check out the rest of this. I'm not sure how quickly I'm going to catch up on it. I'd like to try to catch up before the finale. Well, we'll see if we can pull that off or not. Who knows? You guys will know before I do, because I'm recording this on the 17th. But guys, I hope you enjoyed the reaction. If you did, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already. Remember, if you want to see the full length reaction, you check it out over on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, get you access as well. And speaking of before we go, I want to shout out our channel legends. Mandy Share, Ryan Karen, York Coruscant, Melita, Robert Anguiano, Jeffrey Hale, Jake Cottrell, Eric Official, Casey Wood, JoJo, and Russell Crockett. Thank you guys so much for continuing support, and everybody who's been supporting the channel along the way. That's it for this video, guys, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, everybody.